sewing the front and the back. The next thing we're going to do is that we're going to be adding piping. This is what is called piping. Piping. It's used to pipe the background. The essence is to bring out whatever shape you have cut. That is what this piping is for. It's going to help you to bring it out exactly as you have shaped it out. Because if we continue sewing it like this without the piping, we might not get the shape or something like that. But then if we want our shape to stay in shape, so we will not get any kind of benty shape, or at the end of the day the up will be bent, the back down is going to be straight and something like that. We're going to be needing pipe. So this we're just going to add the piping here. Okay, like this. I hope you can see it. Then it starts to I'm going to switch one. So supposed to and it is just supposed to leave a little bit space there when you want to cut it. Leave a little bit space. Let me show you what I mean by a little bit space. You see, it's meaning a little bit. Can you see? It's not supposed to lay on each other. It's supposed to be like this. Then that's where I'm going to come in. I'm going to use a piece of leather. I'm going to put a piece of leather like this. Like this. And I'll cover it. And then I'll sew it. Can you see it? I hope you can see it like that. Hey guys, we're through. We already cut the round shape. So we're going to do the same thing for the second one. Can you see? Around is just around. You understand? The circle is just the part and the back part. What you're going to do is that you're going to measure it round. Okay? You're going to measure it round. Okay, so when I measured it round, it gave me 24 inch. I hope you can see this. I don't know if you can see it clearly. 24 inch. So once you measure piping round and it gives you a particular number, what you do is that you always add half inch. You always add half inch. Why? The half inch is for the sewing allowance, because when you cut the allowance is what goes round. That's what we call the allowance. I call it the allowance. You understand me? So once the allowance is, like now the allowance is 24, I'm going to cut it as 24 and a half. Why? Because in the process of joining it and sewing, I'm going to be reducing little by little. So at the end of the day, by the time I'm through reducing my sewing allowance and all sorts, it's going to give me the exact size of my circle. I hope you get that. So now, since the round shape is 25, we're going to have the upper part where the zip is going to be added. So the upper part, you can actually divide it into two. Since it's 24 and a half, you can actually divide it into 12 and a half, 11 and a half, and 13. The down part, the lower part, 13 inch, and the upper part, 11 and a half. That's the upper part. The upper part I'm saying is, this is the part where I'm going to add the zip. That's going to be up like this. It's going to be added down. It is better for it to be smaller. The one up is better for it to be smaller than the one below, because if it is bigger than the one below, and you're going to be adding the hand side. That is what can cause the bag to be, it's going to be like this. The bag won't do as it wants to fall. But then when it's either is equal or the upper part is higher, because you know this is the point at which you're going to add the hand. I don't know if you understand. Don't worry, we'll get what I'm saying when we proceed. But just understand that once I measure it round 24.5 inch, then I cut at 24.5 inch, then I divided it. I am taking one part as 11.5, then I'm taking the other part as 13. So I have my allowance ready with their various lining. So this is the upper part, that's the shorter part. I'm going to be adding the zip to it. So this is how we're going to go about. This is zip cloth. Remember I told you. We're going to put it like this. Can you see? We turn it like this on it. And then you bring the lining as well. Put the lining on it. This is how it's going to be. Maybe you can see it. So proceed and we sew. We're going to lay it perfectly well so that it won't be an issue whereby you will be sewing and you will not be sewing the zipper, you just be sewing the lining. So you have to be very careful. So is that we are going to do not take the lining like this, bend it. You can see. Do not bend it on it. Then you can now add oil here, machine oil. And then so this is it. As you can see, we're done fixing the zip. This is the zip close. Now we are going to fix the zip teeth in it. The zip teeth. Now that we are done with that, this is going to be at the side. This is where the longer hand is going to be. The long stripes. For my long stripes, the hand is going to be here. Understand? Like this. I want the short hand. So I'm using a measurement of 22 inch. The length is 22 inch. You can see it here. 22 inch. Why? I'm using a breadth of 2.2 inch. 2.2 inch. So this is where it's going to start. So these are the D-ring that's going to be at the side. This is called D-ring. In case you want to buy it in the market, it's called D-ring. You see, I already added the leather that's going to stand on it. You can just assume a measurement for this one and fix it like this. So it's just going to be like this. So the next thing we're going to do is to bring this leather that is going to be down here like this. Can you see? It's going to be facing each other like this. On each other. Then we sew. And we sew. So let's do that. You can cut off these excesses. You don't need them when we are through sewing. You can cut off the excesses. You don't need them. You don't need these excesses. Then don't cut them too much. But these ones are too much. We don't need them. So I know some people might be wondering that why didn't we use the same leather for the lining? I have actually arrived at what I wanted, because if you remember very well when we were cutting it, this leather was not looking like this. I could not hold it like this. It was just doing, you understand? It was doing like this. But now look at it. Another thing this piping does again, helps your leather to stand. Aside from the fact that it's going to give you your exact shape that you want, it's going to help your leather to hold. Look at it now. I can hold it like this. Remember that? Okay, I think I have this leather here. You see? Look at it. Assuming I just use this. Can you see? But look at this one. It has more rigidity in the hand in it. From the look, you can know that yes, it's looking more okay. So since I've arrived at what I want, I don't need to add another leather to the allowance again. But if I feel like I still want it to look more solid, I can still add it. But I feel like it's okay. This is what I want. It's okay like this. I don't need to add the leather. So I can just use the proper lining for the allowance. So I know you must be wondering that we're not going to line this place. Why is it like we only line this up? What we are going to do is that this lining, we are not going to sew it like this, because you know if we sew it like this rough sides we are showing. If I just put it in and sew like this, no. What we are going to do is that we are still going to sew it on this one, this part that we have sewn. I don't know if you saw that. Let me do it again for you to turn it, and that's it. Both are in and out as in line. Put up. So since we have done this, the next thing is to sew round like this. You understand? Like this. But then, to avoid silly mistakes, don't forget, once you're through, you make it equal like this. You fold it into equal sides like this. Then you notch it. Once it's like this, you're going to notch it. Notching means just to creating a point. Just to create a point at which you're going to make a point. Can you see? Simple notch. I will not notch it up here because of the zip. I will not want to ruin the zip. So I'll come back here as well. Make sure it's equal, because if it's not equal, at the end of the day, it's going to look like this. So make sure it's very equal, and you notch it up. Notch it here as well. Then you now come back here as well to your circle. Fold it into two like this, two equal parts. Then you notch it up. And you notch it down. This simply means that these knots are going to be on each other. If you want to start sewing now, from this front part, this part that we notch here is going to be on this part that we just finished stitching now. And that's how we're going to start sewing. So let's sew. As you can see, we are through sewing. All we just need to do right now is to knit the inside, cut off all these shred excesses. Yes. these excesses, cut them off. So we are going to have to cover all these rough edges with something to make it look beautiful and make it look properly packaged. So that is where this comes in. This is what we call belt, and we're going to be using it to cover all these rough edges like this. So guys, we are through. That's how the in looks like. That's how the in looks like.